Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm so happy to have you. So my previous subscribers, welcome back to the channel. So for today's video in particular, we're going to be talking about I wouldn't necessarily call it like a vision or a dream. It was a direct message from Spirit. We're going to try and decode the messages that they were trying to tell me in today's video. Now, based on the top of today's title and the thumbnail, you probably see a guy walking in the night between two houses. Now, at first, Spirit was telling me, hey, listen, go outside, check your window, there's someone walking outside. And I go ahead and I walk, there's no one there. And no one walking, and it was like somebody's pacing. You ever like seeing somebody who is thinking, or you yourself have been thinking, or you've been pacing back and forth, whether or not you should decide to do something? I saw that. And they kept telling me that is happening. But I look outside and nothing's happening. It's pitch black. There's nothing there. It's just calm and quiet. And they were telling me that this is the second time that they've been trying to tell me that, to like look outside. And I looked outside a few times, but I never saw it. But I always had this feeling that someone's outside at night. And someone's washing and someone's walking back and forth. So I asked Spirit, I'm like, listen, there's obviously nothing out there. Is this a premonition to what's happening in Congress, in the White House? Is it someone trying to think about a thought of whether or not they should do something and walking between the houses, maybe possibly Congress and the White House, and they're walking back and forth, back and forth? So that's what we're going to try to code in today's video. Is this just a warning from my guide to me directly? Or is it telling me based on something that I'm currently ongoing here at my own home, and telling me to really go and look deeper from inside of my home and outward? It might be telling me of a broader story. So we're going to try and decode the messages the best we can. Now, this video is being recorded on none other than Monday, March 17th at 3:17 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think that's a little bit more on the nose than anything. It's March 3rd, so it's March, was it the third month, and it's the 17th day at 3:17 p.m. Eastern Standard Time after when I'm recording this video. This video is just for entertainment purposes only and for educational purposes only as well. Anything I do or say is just for alleged purposes only. Now, if you want to help out the channel grow, you can do so by liking, commenting, subscribing, hitting the bell icon, engaging with the comment section or stuff like that. We just recorded two videos we talked about yesterday, well, today, but in terms of when this video is being released, it's a day later. We talked about the liberty and France demanding the Statue of Liberty back. We talked about Tesla, the fate of Tesla, and we also we already talked about the Democratic female Trump. Okay, so there's that. Now, if you want to be notified when I do post and upload, you can go into the comment section below or in the description and follow my Blue Sky account or my Facebook group, and I will personally notify you there as well. So, a lot to get through today. Let's just get on it. On with it, and let's just go ahead. Now, for those of you guys who just skipped ahead to the timestamp, quote unquote, essentially what I've been talking about to everybody else who had kind of stayed throughout the beginning part of the video. Essentially, what happened was I was asleep last night, and it was like around 5 o'clock in the morning. I was getting this dream to wake up. I woke up. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm exhausted. I'm like, okay, whatever. And they're like telling me directly in my ear, in the clear audience ear, which is my right ear, was where I'm actually deaf. And they were like, Chris, there's somebody outside. They're walking between two houses, and they're debating whether or not they should do something. Go outside, look at the window, nothing there. Look at the back window, nothing there. Everything's calm, everything's still. They apparently told me this is the second time they tried to contact me. The first night was unsuccessful. They went subconsciously. I did not hear it. I remember being told it, but I forgot it when I woke up. This time they woke me up and they told me when I was physically awake what was happening. So I go outside, there's nothing there, everything's pitch black. The reason why we're talking about this is whether or not they were telling me maybe it's not something that's actually occurring outside my own physical home, but possibly the houses within the U.S. government, because we have the House of Representatives and we have the White House. Let's take a look. Let's see if there's anything to that. Spirit angels tell me about the messages that you were telling me about earlier, about somebody walking between two houses, trying to make a decision at nighttime. Like, almost give me that creepy vibe. Like, if it's like somebody outside your home and everything's asleep and everything's dark, and this is some weirdo outside your house, like that. So, Spirit, can you kind of give me a little understanding here? Were you trying to hint at the U.S. government? I'm hearing the words back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, when in regard to the U.S. government. So I assume it is the U.S. government because they just told me that it's back and forth, back and forth. Don't know if that's a literal meaning or is that like the policy stances or there's powers being transferred back and forth. There's something going on in the House of Representatives or the Congress and the White House. There's definitely that back and forth energy. Here the first card that comes in is the Four of Swords reversed. The Four of Swords reversed is the ending of a cycle. It's reversed, which means this is when people are supposed to be asleep when this is occurring. There is a transition of something happening within the nighttime. There's something going on at nighttime that's like in the dark. Something is hidden in the dark. And this is supposed to be when people are asleep. But this feels like the subconscious. There's something going on in the subconscious. So what is going on in the subconscious mind? We have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is heading towards the subconscious. This is 45. There's an attack in the subconscious. There's an attack of the subconscious here. The Knight of Wands here is heading with the Wands here. Was it an attack on the subconscious mind? Was it the King of Swords? Was it the President, right? The mental. The sword means mental. And so that is the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is somebody who currently in position of power, right? Somebody of superiority, right? Then the attack of the mind. There's an attack of the mind, the attack of the subconscious. Here you have is the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is this false utopia, the false utopia. When I'm getting the indication here that there's an attack of the mind to try to get it to believe that there's a false utopia. Like that, everything is great. Doesn't mean it's attacking me specifically, but it's telling you what is going on a more subconscious level for everybody, for humanity. There's a false impression. There's an attack on the subconscious mind to supplant fake memory so that others believe that things are better than what they really currently are. Like, there's this disillusionment here. It's illusionment. And here at the bottom of the deck here, we have the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is giving me the emotional card. There's emotion. The emotion is what's holding the ability of the subconscious to be attacked. There's something like, no, something's not right, something doesn't feel right. That's the Five of Wands here. The top of the deck here, we have the Temperance, the balance, the mind, the interesting complexity of things. And here you have the Hanged Man. They're trying to hang the subconscious awareness upside down. That's why you have the subconscious from the mind is upside down in reverse. Because it's balance and hanging that balance upside down. It's inharmonious. And here you have is control, losing control. Something with the mind. This is definitely alluding to something to the mind, and it seems like some sort of control. I'm getting an indication that it feels like mind control in some way. Okay, let's take a look. Spirit Angel, just hypothetically, is this mind control? If this mind control experiment that is being done by the 45 administration, because that is what the FBI did back in the 70s, the 60s, and the 80s. It is the mind control experiment that is being reopened. Just being reopened. Yes. It has been reopened. That's why they're doing what they're doing. Because they're using something. They're using the powers and the weaponry of the FBI department and what is found over the years that the U.S. government has been doing these undercover experiments. They're using it against the American people. Here we have the first card that comes in at the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is within the night, stealing something within the night. We're asking whether or not this has to do with the mind control of the FBI and the CIA experiments, undercover experiment. This gives me a yes. Here we have the Wheel of Fortune, which tells you over time we have circled backwards, back in time to when the documents were originally originated. So there is a sealing of document from the past that is being used in the present. And because of this, the Ace of Wands, the authoritarian ruler makes the final decision, makes the call, and because of that final decision, making that call, something has been opened, and that is the moon card reversed. Something has been awakened. Something is awakened. And underneath the Seven of Swords here, we have the Six of Pentacles reversed. Justice. So what has awakened is to make justice go to sleep. Whether or not there's an attack on the mind is something yet to be determined, but it's something that's very crucial here. It's giving me the indication here that there's going to be an attack on the judicial branch that's coming. And underneath here, on the top, the bottom of the deck here, we have the Ace of Swords reversed, trying to take the check and balances out of power. Now, if you have not watched my check and balance video, I will put the link to that in the description below if you are interested. But this is a plan that is being enacted now. Whether or not they're going to institute it as soon as tomorrow, a couple of months, a year from now, we don't know. It could be as soon as 24 hours. But one thing is definitely certain, there is going to be an attack in the judicial branch that challenges the power of the judicial branch, or whether or not it has any power going forward. Okay, so let's take a look. Spirits and angels tell me, will there be an attack on the judicial branch? In any form or any capacity, is there an attack on the judicial branch? I'm hearing coming in the night. I keep hearing something's happening at nighttime. Whether it's at night or whether that's alluding to the dark, that's something yet to be determined. But it is saying that there is something that's coming, but it happened within the night. And here you have it's the Seven of Wands, it's the resistance, the fighting back. The top of the deck here, we have again the Ten of Cups. That comes in. The illusionment, the false illusion of utopia. And here you have, now we have the two cards coming in. It's the Four of Swords. So that answers our question, what we talked about earlier, is that this is alluding to the subconsciousness of the Supreme Court justices, to give them false impression that things are better than what they currently are. I'm hearing the word buyout. They're trying to buy out. Maybe they're trying to do away with the judicial branch in some capacity. But I am getting the information here that there is possibly a call for a buyout or a removal of some sort. Here you have the Knight of Cups. Now I'll put the link to the judicial branch and what its face is going to look like in the future, but I'll put that in the link below. Here you have the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is reversed here. It's telling me here that something is walking in the path. The cup is walking in the path. Like that illusionment. Here we ask whether or not it has to do with the judicial branch and its power. The card that comes in is justice. Right? There's something in the past. There's something in the Justice Department in terms of its power, its ability to hand over the rule of law has ended in the past. Here you have the Page of Pentacles. You can do and say whatever you want. If you can't enforce it, it's unenforceable. You lose any power you do or say. What is this saying to the judicial branch? It's saying that they are essentially artisan at this point. They are nothing more than just a theatrical part of government. They hold no power, no weight, but they cannot enforce the law. They can make any ruling they want. If there's no one to enforce it, it's just as useless. Here, the next card that comes in is we have the Lover's card. The Lover's card is reversed. Right? The unison between the judicial branch and the 45 administration is ending. There's going to be a breakup of something between a branch of government within the United States that is breaking up. There's a breakup here. There's a complete division. Whereas it was in unison with the administration. There was something that was in unison back when 45 was previously president. There was a branch of government that was in unison with the president that has since then became great allies and has helped him into his position. And because of that, it's about to come to an end. It's going to come to an abrupt end. It's going to be ending that a lot of justices, I assume, do not like. And when I say I assume, I'm assuming it's referring to the Justice Department. That is my own interpretation of it. But intuitively, it's just saying a form of government that is aligned with 45 and his agenda since the very beginning is coming towards an end. Whatever that ending is. This could be the Congress. It could be literally Congress. It could also be the branch of government, which is the judicial branch, which has been highly conservative under 45 regime. Now, the last card that comes in is we have the King of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles is again talking about 45 and his control and ability to use money to sway the vote in the judicial branches. Now, let's take a look and see. Yeah, let's actually use a different deck. Let's see if the different deck agrees with the information. Maybe you might be able to get some more information out of this. Okay, we're going to use the Kipper deck. We're going to see if we have any more information related to whatever the question is of today's video. Spirit Angels, tell me about this. Is there anything going on with the judicial branch? Well, tell me about my dream and my premonition, the message that I was told that someone was outside the house. What does that mean? Give me a quick information and then we'll end today's video. Okay, that's what we see out in the public. Okay, so what don't we see behind the scenes? What don't we see behind the scenes? What does it mean behind the scenes? What's the deeper interpretation? Okay. Okay. Interesting. The bottom of the deck means poverty, right? And the top of the deck means sudden wealth. Interesting. Two very drastically different point of views, right? We have here out in the open, this is what we see out in the open, this is what we see behind the scenes. We have the journey card reversed, which means something is coming towards an end. The story has ended. Coming in with the next card coming in as the privileged lady. Comes in with the white greenhouse. A white greenhouse is where something grows. In that is growing is a false individual, like the white greenhouse, which is like a white house, essentially. A false person, a false individual. We have here a community. Community people, poor people coming together, right? Interesting. We have the main male figure, it's reversed. This kind of gives me like a JD Vance type energy, the main male reverse. Which means this is not about the main male, it's just about somebody else other than the main male, which means it could be about Elon. Right? And here we have the thoughts. The thoughts thinking about this woman. Woman thinking about this privileged lady. The thoughts. Thoughts. What we don't see behind the scenes, but in a deeper meaning. We have the main female. Again, the female comes in. A journey has ended for a female. And with that, her pathway has closed. Her pathway has ended. There's a story here saying that the pathway has ended for an individual. Besides this, with both person, we have the child, right? They have lost their innocence. Someone has lost their innocence, which is why they're no longer the same individual anymore, and that's why it comes through as the false individual. Here you have the community, which is talking about concern. They are disillusioned. They are disillusioned. That's why they are delusional. Underneath this main male, we have high honor, someone in high respect, someone of a high honor. 25. And here you have the thoughts card thinking about this woman, and you have here happiness. You're thinking about happiness here. Maybe this is not Elon. What's the bottom of the deck? Oh, the bottom of the deck is the poverty card, right? Poverty and coffin. Coffin reversed. It's telling me here that there's a renewal of something, but apparently this card flipped. I didn't see this before, but it's bad health. So there's something here that's indicating bad health for an individual. And let me read it in a different way. We had a journey with the main female who is a privileged lady who had her pathway closed because of a false individual who was guilty because he disillusioned the community, and by doing so, the community didn't realize the concern, because he did not realize the concern of a man that was hidden behind the scenes, who ended up taking control of the high honor, the high office. By doing so, the thoughts of this woman come into forefront, and because of that, there's happiness here. That's what it's saying. It's saying that here the people realize what's going on after this disillusionment, and the woman comes front the center stage. Let's see. And what does this mean, Spirit? And I'm hearing the word, the power of the women shall rise. That's what I'm getting. And here you have the Two of Wands reversed. which is telling me something is going to go on domestically. And here you have the Queen of Swords. She's not yet on the throne. Eventually she will be, but the woman will rise eventually, and it's going to be because of what's going on. Here's wishful thinking. Wishful thinking of the King, which is the conservative card, which is also reversed. Wishful thinking, you could not be taken out. And here you have darkness. There you go. So that was the meaning. The meaning was the man in the darkness was saying the pathway forward. And here you have celebration in reverse with the Three of Cups, and you have the government. So the government won't be celebrating. There's some change that's coming. We'll see what happens. But here's the Sun's card reverse. It's not going to be strong either. But there is opportunity here. There is the Page of Pentacles, and you have the Five of Pentacles reverse. So, we'll do this. Well, consider this a part one. Consider this a part one. We'll do another part two sometime in the future. I want to see what you guys' interpretations are, what you guys get, and we'll go from there. But again, that was the messages that I got last night at 5 o'clock in the morning. So, all right, guys. I love you. Have a great night, and I'll see you all next time. Until then, peace out. Love you.